So, come to find out, the reason why the defamation lawyer, Brandon Tatum, and all the older people are allowing Nolan Wells' fake ass friends to get on these podcasts for Warren to get interviewed is because it's not about them. The reason why they are allowing them to speak out in public and say all of this outlandish shit, knowing that they sound crazy as hell, is because it's not about them. It's a money grab, y'all. Do y'all remember the hat that the defamation lawyer had on? The Carl Cox hat? It's all promotion. And there is something that's in the background of Officer Tatum's podcast and in the background of one of the lawyers who had the Carl Cox hat on the side. These people are in bed with each other. These people are using Nolan Wells' passing and everything that is going on to promote everything that they have in the background. And I don't believe they're trying to help these young men, which means that's good news for us. Check this out, y'all. Exhibit A. Exhibit A. Does this man look familiar to y'all? If not, allow me to inform you who he is. This is attorney Tyler Cox, which just got destroyed by Nancy Grace. And the reason why he really didn't care is because he's not here to help those young men. Just look at the background. The obvious things is Carl Cox. And another obvious thing is, we thought it was probably what is it called? Captain Morgan or something like that? Nah. This is Verdict. Do you know what Verdict is? Because if you don't, allow me to not only tell you what Verdict is, I'm going to show you what Verdict is. Watch this, y'all. So you brought the bottle of beer at exactly 1 o'clock. So you brought the bottle of beer at exactly 12:30. Shut up. Now, what we see on this logo up here and what we see on the right here is the same damn bottle. It's a promotional tool. They're using their platforms as promotional tools. Now, why are they having this logo Verdict and this alcohol bottle in their backgrounds? Let's see what Verdict is, y'all, shall we? So it says, Verdict Bourbon is owned by podcaster, social media personality, and former police officer Brandon Tatum. So yesterday, y'all heard me during the video say, I've heard some people saying that Brandon Tatum was setting these young men up. Is he just using these young men to promote his businesses? Or you may look at it as he's just a tool that's being used to combat anything the black community is fighting for. Not only we have evil white supremacists to worry about, we also have our own people to worry about. It's just us against the world. They don't want the world to know how deep this damn boat is.
All right, I don't want to leave you guys hanging, so why don't I just try and post this picture of the bow of the Triton. And let's see if you guys see what I see. Right here and right here. There's two of them. And look how deep they go. Maybe that's why Wyatt started freaking out and called 911 when they said they were gonna go over and search the boat. Don't worry, I'll be back to talk about it and elaborate and go over some new timeline stuff tomorrow. But I should also mention that they are designed to hold fish.
They don't want y'all to know about Rashene Carter and the game. These people are hiding the truth in plain sight. There was a movie back in the 90s with Ice-T called Surviving the Game. Now bring this up to date. Rashene Carter is a 25-year-old male from Fayette, Mississippi, who was found dead last year due to a modern-day lynching. The story goes, he found work in Taylorsville, Mississippi, and he did not get along with this guy he was working for. They were riding together and Rashene got out of the car. He later on began to be chased by white men, y'all. Rashene found a local police department and told them he was being chased, and they told him, get the hell out of here. So what he do? He leave the police station, he wanders around and began to be chased again. And you can see him being chased in this picture right here. That was caught by someone's house camera. So previously, Rashene used to call his mother and say, if anything happened to me, my supervisor was involved with it because they was always beefing. But come to find out, the supervisor was recruiting black men to come out there to Taylorsville, Mississippi to be hunted. He was reported missing on October 2nd, 2022. And a set of his remains were found November 2nd, 2022. And the second set. And the third set were found April 26th of 2023. And the fourth set of his remains were found on Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. They hunt black men down for sport, y'all. And there's a second story. A brother by the name of Tyrekus Atwood, who was and taken to Taylorsville, Mississippi, and he was also chased, y'all. They took off his shoes and gave him a head start to go run. The brother Tyrekus Atwood has finally came out and spoken on Facebook. He has told his story through a message. You can pause to read it, you can screenshot it for later, but this is the brother Tyrekus Atwood. These are the words from his Facebook page. Fortunately, he got away. Y'all pray for these brothers and sisters out in Taylorsville, Mississippi. What do you think that we could do to stop this? What's your thoughts? Write a comment. Think about it. So now, y'all see why we go so hard for Nolan Wells. And the reason why we don't speak on everybody's unaliving the way we do for Nolan Wells is because we don't have that many leads. In this Nolan Wells case, we got so many leads. We got so many crumbs. And that's why we go so hard with this one. This is why we can't let nobody get away with this shit right here. Watch this, y'all.
It feels like a cover-up from a crime movie.
We met an officer. It was after midnight. Met him in the McDonald's parking lot, gave him the information. He was just like, okay, thanks. I was like, like, where is the urgency?
Like those scripts and scenes that we've seen before.
Why aren't we in jail yet? I mean, we're not geniuses. There's no way we could have done it. I mean, there's no way we could have covered it up.
Everything was strategic. Every move matters.
Initially, he was in black shorts, which again, that is the information I received from Warren.
Once they make it back to land, they don't make the call until 7 hours after they've left their friend.
All my friends were just hanging out, and my buddy Wyatt had addressed, talking about Nolan, and I was like, well, where is Nolan? Have y'all heard from him?
Then late night, the plan is set into motion.
And then I want to say I called one more time And I think that was at like 10:48. So I'm in the kitchen, my phone rings. Now this is probably like early 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. Phone rings when I make it back to the phone and I'm like, whose number is this? I pick up the phone because it says maybe Warren. And I'm like, Warren?
They call the mom.
Hey, Miss Christine, have you seen or talked to Nolan? I said, no. Why? He should be with you guys.
Then this early story that the entire case is built off of is introduced.
And he said, oh no, well, you know, when we went to the island, there was a girl named Katie that he met and he had decided to stay behind. And I said, what? Because we know our child.
That same story is spread to authorities.
Life 360 says that he's on land. And he was like, well, no, I mean, you know, well, we have his phone. And I'm like, wait, what?
The phone was kept on land and the water search was delayed. And the most important event happens next.
But before getting off the phone with Warren, he was like, hey, I know some people at Coast Guard. I said, okay. He's like, I'm gonna call Coast Guard, you call DMR.
He convinces the mom for him to take the call that only she should have made.
I'm glad I called the Coast Guard. I'm glad I made the first contact within all of this. I'm glad I was the first one that called Rashene Wells that night.
And the son of the judge speaks to the only entity that can act beyond local authority.
He got back and he called the Coast Guard. Does that sound like a guilty man to you?
He tells the mom, don't worry, we'll find him.
You're telling me, this is coming from Warren, don't worry about it. We're going to find him. It's going to be okay. Don't tell me not to worry. This is my child.
And probably tells the Coast Guard that same story he's been telling.
You know, I assumed, you know, Nolan's just, you know, we had been drinking all day and like, you know, that he's just sleeping somewhere and, you know, that he's okay.
What he says on that phone leads them not to assist. Then she gets the runaround from authorities.
The officer basically says, again, this is out of our jurisdiction. And at that point, I'm like, my God, who am I supposed to talk to?
And as the family is searching for answers all night long.
There were no boats on the water that night.
That night, the search for Nolan doesn't begin and they just go to bed.
Next day, I woke up and my stepdad walked to my room and he said, hey, like, have they heard anything about Nolan?
Now you starting to see why we cannot take our foot off the gas. Warren is not that damn smart. He has to be assisted by somebody who has intellect. And remember, these people are all connected to a high authority. But we, as a people, are connected to a higher authority than them. That's why I'm going to ask y'all to pray. I'm going to ask y'all to fast. I'm going to ask y'all to pray that we get justice for Nolan, because while they're using their little earthly evils, we are going to be using our spiritual guide. Check this out, y'all.
So Trump just froze the Civil Rights Division of the United States government. Yes, he froze it. They are removing almost all staff and have frozen all new litigation almost completely for the department. That means no new cases, no new hearings, no new anything. That means mostly all civil rights cases are now at a complete standstill, and no new civil rights cases will be opened by the Civil Rights Division of the United States. This literally is just taking away the civil rights of everybody, because now we have no way to litigate any civil rights cases. And if your civil rights are violated, you have no way to go out against it or litigate against it. Your civil rights have just been taken away by Trump. He has frozen the entire department.
Why do you think that is? Why? Now y'all starting to make the connections? When there's too many breadcrumbs and these people are well connected, we gotta start freezing shit. Now do you see what's going on? Now do you see why I'm trying to give the people the instructions on how to call on our higher power? We must pray and fast. If you think the white man wrote the Bible, this ain't for you. Go ahead and bounce. But that's our book. It's speaking about us. We must pray and fast to get the answers that we need, y'all. To get justice. We ain't asking the enemy no more for no justice. Them days are over. For those that's been rocking with me for a minute, y'all should have this already ingrained in y'all head. Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. Stop thinking that white Christ is going to jump off your grandma wall and come and save you. It doesn't make any sense. Our calling is from within. We are God's. We must call on our higher power, the Most High God. There is unalivings happening right now as we speak. Just because the news don't cover it doesn't mean that it's not happening, y'all. We must hit them where it hurts. If you feel like you need to go buy them new high-priced sneakers, don't buy them. If you feel like you need to go buy that high-priced purse, don't buy it. Anything with their name on it, stop purchasing it. We must hit them where it hurt. Let's bring Black Wall Street back. That's the end of the video. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all. Fuck that. Never mind. I got more. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Who in the hell come from the Caucasus Mountains? Who in the hell build buildings that is high as hell and they think that they're the most high? Who in the hell are these people that is so damn prideful they get on a podcast knowing they fucking lying?
Shit's getting weird. Pardon infinite. So I saw that interview with Officer Tatum and the boys. And here's what I'll say. Number one, I understand if you think you're innocent, right? You believe you're innocent and so on and so forth. If I was innocent, I would come on my own platform and I would talk my shit. But there comes a point where your lawyer should be telling you to shut the fuck up. It just comes a point. And their lawyer was sitting right next to them in the interview. I don't understand that. I don't understand why they're giving so many interviews when there's an investigation still going on. I just don't get it. I'm not here to say whether they're innocent or guilty. I don't know. Nobody knows. I said that last time and y'all got y'all panties in a bunch, bro. What do you want me to tell you? It's not my fault your fucking prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed. All options are on the table, sorry. And it's the truth. Nobody knows anything. People are just talking, but nobody knows anything. Anyways, in the interview, Officer Tatum asked them a question and they responded with, Officer Tatum asked them, what do you guys wish would have happened differently in this case, so on and so forth, right? And they made a statement and they said, they wish that, this would have never happened. They wish that Nolan Wells' mom shouldn't have, posted the picture. They wish that it wasn't made about race. They wish that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? And then they said they blamed it on the media for it getting to where it got. And I was like, yeah, the media be fucked up sometimes, but hold on wait for a second. If I recall correctly, didn't the police come out and state that they suspected no foul play off rip? No investigation. So you can't be like the media and this, that. They said initially no foul play without an investigation. No investigation, no autopsies, no nothing. So you gotta blame them a little bit too. You can't just solely put the blame on Nolan Wells' mom and all stuff like that. At the end of the day, we all want to find out what happened to this young man. It's such a weird situation. Very, very odd.
Their pride have deceived them. This is why they can come out and say, oh, there's no foul play. Their pride. Stop thinking the Bible is some white man's book. It's not. That's the end of the video, y'all. My passion starts to take over sometimes. And I know I was supposed to end this video, but I can't stress it enough. we are going to have to start adding fasting with our prayers, y'all. Thus saith the Lord. That's how it works. We cannot continue to put these people poison in our body and expect the God to work in us. We cannot poison our bodies and expect the spirit to come out. It don't work like that, y'all. And if we want the spirit to fight for us, this is what we must do. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Justice for Nolan Wells, justice for Rashene Carter, and justice for all of our fallen soldiers who was unalived without any consequences. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.